Hello, beautiful people. My name is Athol, and this is Relationship Momentum. So today we have another Ask Athol Anything email episode, and I have a very long email that is 18,000 words, page 1, page 2, and page 3. And if I read that all out, I'm going to hit 12 minutes before I even get to give the advice. So let me give you the real quick bullet points of what was on all that. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is that for a combination of religious and cultural reasons, there was no physical, sexual, intimate contact before the wedding happened. So we're talking the double virgin scenario. So they got married. And then it took 3 months into the marriage for the first intercourse. The wife complaining of a lot of pain, and they had tried several times, and she just complained of an awful lot of pain on intercourse. And that has continued through the marriage. And she has never orgasmed during sex, and when she has sex, she pretty much just lies there like a starfish and doesn't move, doesn't say anything, doesn't particularly interact. And so a series of fights about all of that. There was a point he asked her to improve her appearance, and her appearance declined even further. Okay, so all that says sexual avoidance. There's just something where she is not turned on, sexually avoidant. And then 4 years into the marriage, she started work and had an affair, and all the dress improved, and she did all the flirty, giggly stuff with the guy. After that was discovered, she started constantly, fairly often, leaving an attractive female family friend home alone with him, which, as you may guess, is kind of like asking a puppy to balance a piece of bacon on its nose. And of course, he had an affair with the attractive female family friend. Wife has had a number of blow-ups and meltdowns, demanding divorce in front of the family, in front of her family. Wife is absolutely enraged that he let her family know she cheated, and there was a 2-month separation after the affair was discovered. They got back together, and now there's also the question of some sort of second affair that she's had. Okay, so one affair for her, one affair for him, and a question of a second affair. Alrighty, so let's get to some advice to this situation. So like I said, on one hand you have all this sort of sexual avoidant information and pieces of the puzzle, and you think, okay, maybe it's nothing to do with it. Maybe it's not an attraction issue, it is some sort of sexual abuse issue, something like that. Is it libido, hormones? And on the other hand, she's had an affair. So you know she has some sort of libido. You know that she can respond sexually. You know that she can be turned on, and you know she can seek out sex. So sexually avoidant with husband, not sexually avoidant with affair partner. Trouble. And then she has left attractive female family friend home with him, and that can be one of two things. It can be, on one hand, setting him up to have an affair so she can catch him and then balance out the scales. I'm a bad person and you're a bad person, therefore it's even. Or she is basically delegating the sex in the marriage to somebody else so that she doesn't have to do it because she's not interested in having sex with him. And I think the all-purpose disrespect and fighting, that's all about just creating distance, minimizing sexual opportunities, and keeping it all apart. Alrighty, so in terms of a plan, what I would generally recommend is that you watch the video series I put out. It's on Vimeo, The Married Guy's Guide to Wife. And you can watch the first couple of episodes of that. They're free. But that being said, I do think it's a great series. Of course, it's my stuff, but I think it's great. But that being said, that whole series is based on the concept that she has some sort of high level, at least medium level, of baseline sexual attraction, baseline sexual interest in you at the start of the relationship. And if she's just never had any particular interest, then that whole video series is going to be helpful. I think this can explain things, but it's not actually going to work in terms of getting her turned on and attracted and building the relationship. You can't really build relationship with momentum with someone who just has a baseline, complete, fundamental lack of interest in pursuing a sexual relationship with you. So, and I kind of suspect even if it does work, it's going to be a real uphill battle. Plus you have all the affair situations to wade through as well. I mean, essentially, it's never been good. So there's nothing good to get back to. And what I kind of suspect has happened here, and I've seen this before in the whole double virgin thing and not having physical contact, not having sexual intimacy before the wedding. One of the things that can happen is what I call the kiss of death, which is where you have a lot of attraction, a lot of flirting, a lot of build-up, a lot of chemistry in the relationship as you're pursuing each other, and then you get to the point of that first kiss, and then the kiss of death happens, and it's just like everything completely fizzles. And I've had this happen to me twice when I was dating. One of these girls I was very interested in for probably 3 or 4 years, and then made a move towards the end of that. She was attracted, she was interested. The other one, it was probably a 3-month build-up before we got to that point of making the moves and kissing. And in both cases, I was attracted to them, I was interested in them, they were great girls. And we got to this kiss, and it just nothing. And I don't think there's anything that they could have done differently. I don't think there's anything they could particularly do that was going to make me feel attracted. And I wasn't particularly attractive to them after that point either. But when you have that situation, I don't think any amount of a game or any amount of attraction building or hitting the gym enough or anything is going to create attraction where there's just this sort of biological complete lack of chemistry. It's one of the things I worry about when there's no physical intimacy at all before people sign up for a lifetime together. I think it's risky. I know it can certainly work for many people. It can work really well, but there's going to be a small minority of people, and they will get to the wedding and they will have zero chemistry because on just some sort of physical level, nothing is particularly working. So like I say, I think you can watch the video series. I think you'll get a lot out of it, but I don't know if it's going to solve the situation you're in. And honestly, it may just be easy at this point to divorce and see how it goes from that. I mean, I know you're probably going to try, but I'm really worried you just have this massively high bar to pass that you're never really going to get to. So, hope you liked the video. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good internet stuff. And I will talk to you tomorrow, and keep sending me questions. Catch you later.